You're going to be competing against a very large number of insanely intelligent people. One of the characteristics of Chinese, of course, is the ability to tolerate long-term pain and suffering. If you've been raised by a Chinese parent, you have enjoyed a lot of pain and suffering. The ability to endure pain and suffering is called grit, G-R-I-T, grit. It is now recognized as one of the most important characteristics of successful people.
I think one thing is you need to understand yourself. What's your strength? What's your knowledge base? You utilize as a foundation when you choose the opportunity to do the transition. So don't jump into an opportunity that you don't know at all, right? So for example, for myself, I transitioned from engineer to sales marketing career, and later on from sales marketing career to global supply chain management, procurement function. One thing I always leverage is my domain knowledge in semiconductor industry, specifically related to foundry.
Bridgetech is taking on the challenge of producing power in the data center. And we're not going to be successful without collaboration with OEMs, the ODMs, the IDMs, and the power IC vendors. We just have to all work together to solve this problem.
Supermicro has all the design capabilities for the server, for the rack, for the liquid cooling. We do all sorts. We don't go to other people. We do everything else. We have vertically integrated capability. This again shortens product development, improves quality.
Well, that's right. Yeah, and I think supply chain localization is something you got to look at in a very complex and careful way, because the supply chain is so complex, from the tools to the software to the materials, that there's not a single country in the world that can go it alone. No one today can produce advanced chips on their own, and I don't think anyone is going to be able to do that anytime soon. And so it's really a question of more diversification rather than anyone becoming self-sufficient.
Smart and safe and secure, which are very important keywords. We see it in the car, and in the smart factory, and also in the home, as well as in the smart city application. These are some of the focus in the applications that we see. They're just huge opportunities, but not only about the smartness. Okay, so we also see the trend towards carbon decarbonization.
Meanwhile, also with the AI, we create a more interactive, we call it around the tool AIs, be able to help the designers to get to the semiconductor design much faster. Okay, and also we have particular flow created for people to design those accelerated silicons.
Absolutely. So Western Digital is a technology company. I think all of our products are based on technology. And with sustainability, we actually are going to be innovating through technology, continue to use our technology in a way that we can positively impact the environment.
Things we're doing, but just to give you a sense of impact, when we calculated the impact our products have on the globe, it's on the order of 100 million tons of CO2 reduction. And this is through making more efficient systems, more efficient devices. And I think as an overall community, that's something we should really be looking at.
Organizations. So achieving environmental sustainability, supply chain resilience, scaling up industrial technologies, securing the future of workforce, and finally linking business value and social value.
I think my presentation speaks to what we can do on a daily basis as semiconductor professionals, and the work that we do to effect a positive climate change solution. So like for example, in our factories, how we optimize our processes, our water usage, our electricity use, we can definitely make a positive change. And we see the numbers. And that is very motivating and very powerful too.
You have to then play the game reversely. You have to actually start to tell people in a very accurate way who you are, so that they don't misunderstand you. And then you have to explain as to why this is important. This is actually very, very positive to your relationship with the person, with the company, with the group. So that's some homework you need to build when you are in your career, right? Make sure purposely put yourself in a more kind of uncertainty environment. That is very important. So to address that, all of us need to make sure our mindset changes from a straight A student to a more entrepreneur, explore type of style. Because even we don't start a company, the kind of mindset of entrepreneurship is always very, very important for us as we move from ordinary to extraordinary.
The key things, and this is true of everybody, right? Making eye contact. Like when I'm looking at see everybody here, I'm looking at him, right? I'm looking at her a little bit, right? Just to personalize that, to kind of get connection so that person doesn't think I'm just looking in the sea of people. Ask questions to clarify what needed, and don't turn the conversation to what you want to talk about. Show genuine interest in other ideas. Show interest, give people a chance to explain themselves, and maybe you'll learn something, maybe you'll connect with that person, maybe you won't. But I think that's very important, because I think good leaders, that's very important. It's not just about me pushing down my ideas, but sometimes you might have an idea that I didn't think about. You can stand up and respectfully tell me, set clear expectations, right? So again, when you say you're going to do something, do it, and then just make sure that you set the right expectations so people don't overpromise and underdeliver.
That's why, recently the in-memory computing concept become hot again. Even this actually the concept is not new. Back to 1969 and the 70s, professors from Stanford, from Berkeley, they already come with this like a nice concept, which is your data basically no need to move. Your processor and the memory is the fused one. That's why this is called the in-memory computing.
But moving on, people are looking at can I getting those real-time streaming data and using their real-time data and making some prediction. So the things people are looking at, can I use this AI machine learning inferencing, making real-time decision? And the key people want to achieve is that from the traditional, this is kind of offline analytics moving to the real-time decision, right? I think this is the trend the industry is moving.
In the past 3 years, Western digital has been recognized 7 times by the World Economic Forum as a global leader. And we did it with adoption of AI and our unwavering commitment to sustainability. You have to decide you want to be a winner. Second, you need a blockbuster win. You need to work with people to find a blockbuster win. So 2 years into the transformation, we found there is a blockbuster applications. Authentic intelligence means that every one of us have our own unique talent.
The first thing that he mentioned is self-optimization tools. What can the tools do to perform better and help designers design better with the existing software that there are? And there are many of them, right? You can do training of specific capabilities, do efficiency improvements, and they're being done. The next level is not optimizing tools, but design assist. Can you assist the designer rather than when you're trying to design a phase lock loop and trying to pick up a phase detector? Can you pick up a digital phase detector that has this kind of characteristics? The next part is, instead of assist, is can they generate design?
high availability is important because we're moving from this transaction-based environment that's been compute for many, many years to an application that's going to run for a day, a week, a month, a year. And so that's a very different workload on the hardware that we've seen in the past.
So I think CUDA programmer is a interoperation between hardware and software. So let's first get an overview of the hardware.
And then based on how many are generated or how many are used, I think she's making maybe like different mouth shapes